Merhaba arkadaşlar, Maç Anı kanalına hoş geldiniz. Bugün Galatasaray Şampiyonlar Ligi kura çekimi var. Heyecanla biz de onu bekliyoruz. Bakalım rakipler kim olacak? İnşallah şanslı bir kura çekeriz. Evet, şimdi UEFA'nın da canlı yayını başladı. Tabii ön geçiş görmüş olduğunuz gibi. Önceki maçlardan görüntüler. İnşallah şanslı bir kura çekeriz. İnşallah bizim işimize yarar. Yine gruplara tekrar bakalım. Kimler var? İlk pottan Paris, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Münih, Liverpool, Inter, Chelsea, Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona. İkinci potta Arsenal, Leverkusen, Atletico Madrid, Benfica, Atalanta, Villarreal, Juventus, Frankfurt, Club Brugge. Üçüncü potta Tottenham, PSV, Ajax, Napoli, Sporting Lisbon, Olympiakos, Slavia, Bodo Glimt, Marsilya. Bizim de bulunduğumuz dördüncü potta ise Kopenhag, Monaco, Union Saint-Gilloise, Karabağ, Atletico Newcastle, Pavos ve Kayrat. Pavos ve Kayrat biliyorsunuz sürprizi işin. Günün sürprizi açık söylemek gerekirse. İnanılmaz bir şey başardılar ve Şampiyonlar Ligi'ne neredeyse ilk kez katılmayı başardılar. İnşallah bizim için şanslı bir kura olur. Şimdi kura çekimi başlamak üzere. Biz de heyecanla bekliyoruz.
Wow.
Absolutely
Heyecanla bekliyoruz
amazing way
arkadaşlar.
to
Bakalım
start this
kimler
show.
çıkacak.
Absolutely. Thank you
İnşallah-
so much to the Nice Opera Choir, the voices, the
İnşallah
images.
şanslı
It's
kura
just
çekeriz.
incredible. Thank you so much. One more round
Şimdi
of
UEFA'nın
applause for the
sitesinden
Nice Opera
bakıyoruz. Zaten
Choir.
açılışı yaptılar.
What better way with this magical anthem to start the show?
Absolutely. Exactly right. Good evening. It is the draw for the 2025-26 UEFA Champions League. Would you believe it's been 90 days since Paris Saint-Germain were crowned winners of the greatest club competition on the planet for the very first time? And today we find out who they and 35 other teams will be facing in the league phase of this season's tournament.
We will indeed. Good evening from my side as well.
Bizim için
Fantastic to be
şanslı bir
here
kura
once
olsun.
again tonight. The
Sizler
road
kimi
to Budapest
bekliyorsunuz
starts taking
rakip
shape for
olarak?
all
İnşallah
competing teams
hani
whose representatives are
Galatasaray
here.
küçük
A
takımlara
warm
puan
welcome
kaybediyor. Yani
to
inşallah
everyone who made
büyük
it.
takımlardan
Many, if
bazıları
not
gelir de
all, are
daha
dreaming of
ciddiyeti
walking out at the
vararak
Puskás
oynuyorlar.
Arena for the final, which is
Biraz
scheduled,
daha
of course,
spor
for
yani
the
ilk torbadan
30th
en
of May,
azından yani biri
2026.
Borussia Dortmund
Absolutely
olabilir.
right. So much
İkincisi
to look
açık
forward
söylemek
to.
gerekirse
But
ben
before we
Inter'i
get that
istiyorum.
all-important draw
Inter
underway,
de olabilir.
we will be handing out two very special
İkinci
awards.
torbadansa
We will indeed, and to help us
Leverkusen'in
do that,
eski
I'm
gücünde olduğunu
delighted to invite
düşünmüyorum.
on stage the UEFA president,
Bir de
Alexander
Club Brugge
Çeki.
olabilir. Zamanıydı.
President, welcome. Fantastic to see you here on stage. We're starting this show with a celebration of a
saniyeyle
club that
kayboldu,
has made
kusura
history
bakmayın.
in European club
Evet,
competition,
üçüncü
doing
potta
something no one
Tottenham,
has
PSV,
ever done
Ajax,
before.
Napoli.
Rashford.
Yani
Yeah,
burada hangisini
absolutely right. After
seçerse
winning
hemen
the UEFA
yenebileceğini
Conference League
düşünüyorum.
last
Dördüncüde
season,
de
Chelsea are now the first
Hayrat
football
en
club to
mantıklıları
win
gözüküyor
all
ama
6
yani
UEFA
biz basit
club
takımlara geçen
competitions.
sene
So,
yaptığımız hataları
Mr.
yaptık.
President, it's a
Sıkıntı
clean sweep,
yaşayabiliriz.
isn't it, of the Champions League, the
O
Europa
yüzden
League, the Conference
bakalım.
League, the Cup
Yani
Winners'
kural
Cup, the Super Cup,
kısmeti
and the Youth
inşallah
League as well. I mean, do you know, it's hard enough to just win
İnşallah
one
bizim
competition.
istediğimiz gibi
How
olur.
much of an accomplishment, how remarkable is it that Chelsea have won them all?
We don't have enough time to explain how much that means. It's impossible
Alexander
almost to win
konuşuyor şimdi.
all our competitions.
Artık ne kastediyor bilemiyorum ama
I
bakalım.
don't think it will happen soon, if ever. So a big congratulations to Chelsea.
Well, it's fantastic to have you here, President, for this moment. What do we give someone who has won it all? More silverware, of course. Please welcome, accepting the award on behalf of Chelsea Football Club, the President and COO, Jason Gannon.
Jason, come and stand here next to the President.
That's beautiful.
I was just about to ask you, what are your first impressions? It looks fantastic, doesn't it?
Stunning.
Isn't it? Jason, congratulations. It is another trophy to add to the collection. Chelsea, real history makers here. And as Alexander said, you know, there's who knows if another team will ever repeat it. I mean, we're in a new phase here for Chelsea, a new project.
Direkt olarak
Over
kimler
the last 3 years, a new generation of players as well. How happy are you with the progress of the club, where it's going, and whether they can reach these heights going forward again?
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's been an exciting few years for the club. I think about first and foremost, on behalf of over 120 years of football at Chelsea Football Club, the board, the players, the staff, the supporters, thank you to UEFA for this meaningful recognition. It's so special for us. I would say, listen, this comes and follows our success in the European campaign last year at the Conference League. It's such a special moment for our squad, the younger squad, to have that sort of meaningful football in Europe and develop throughout. And then certainly having a successful European campaign and then to follow that up with a successful domestic campaign, being the youngest squad in Premier League history to qualify for the Champions League. So incredibly honored to be here and to receive this award.
You mentioned your European success, recent European success, last season winning the UEFA Conference League. Now you're back in the big time in the Champions League. What does that mean for you, for the club, and what aspirations do you have?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think every club in this room has aspirations to win. We've been successful in this tournament in the past, but what matters most is what's next. And so to be here and to be a part of this tournament, it's the best concentration of football. And it's an honor for us to be here. And importantly, to be able to bring Champions League football back to Stamford Bridge is going to be special this season.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations once again for making European history. Good luck in the new season, of course. And let's hear it for the Chelsea president and CEO, Jason Gannon, and also for the UEFA president, Alexander. Thank you very much, President.
Oradan direkt olarak yayımıza düştüm. Rakipler hangisiyle iç sahada, hangisiyle dış sahada.
Last year, on this very stage, I guess we can say that history was made. UEFA, of course, introduced a revolutionary new format for its club competitions. The draw here in Monaco was a landmark moment, I guess, because it opened the door for this brand new era. And it really was a big deal.
A very big deal. And to mark the moment, you may remember a big name helped to launch this new format, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The result, a video that struck a chord and captured the imagination. If you missed it or if you saw it but don't quite remember everything, here's a quick reminder.
Well, no surprises, that video went viral and the format turned out to be a huge success. I know we all had so much fun last season, new energy, thrills, surprises in every single competition. But we did hear, Pedro, that recently things have spun a little bit out of control. So here's a bit of an insight into what's been happening behind the scenes.
Yorumlarda belirtirseniz çok sevinirim.
Well, we knew Zlatan was a strong character.
Hemen babaannenin yanında.
We knew he was a strong character, but I think he took it a little too far.
Maybe a little bit too far, but we don't know what he actually got from President Ceferin. I mean, there's only two people who can tell us. So should we welcome him back, the UEFA president and the man himself, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Evet, Zlatan Ibrahimovic diyor. Belli ki kura çekimini o başlatacak.
Welcome back, President. I think everybody wants to know what that conversation was all about and what you agreed with Zlatan.
I mean, you saw that he was blackmailing us. So if Zlatan blackmails you, then you have to give him something. No, jokes aside, Zlatan was not just a fantastic player. He's a great man. He's a person that never forgot his roots. He's a person that silently helps the disadvantaged. We know that. I know that. So for this year, I decided to give him the President Award. Thank you.
Joking aside, because that video was amazing, we were talking backstage about how Zlatan maybe is preparing for a career in Hollywood. Maybe.
Could be
in the future. You never know. Watch this space. But look, you have had such a glittering career. You've entertained on and off the field. We always say that even your rivals probably loved you a little bit. You've won more than, honestly, you've won more than 30 trophies. And I just want to ask, how honored is Zlatan to win another one tonight?
First of all, Buonasera a tutti. Hope you're enjoying. And this award, I take with big honor. I want to thank the Mr. President,
Birazdan başlayacak.
Alexander Chefrin, for this. It means I did something in my career, or else I wouldn't get it. So super happy. And I had the luck to play with big players, big clubs, the best clubs in the world, and it made me the person I am today. So I'm just grateful and thankful. So super happy.
Great to see you with this award.
Zlatan, you scored over 500 career goals, some of them absolutely spectacular for club and country. Is there one moment, is there one goal that stands out?
I mean, I have my top 10 goals. Is not bad, yeah?
En iyi 10 golünden biri diyor.
So I have many, but if I would choose, now I'm going against my second home, Italy. The goal I scored against Buffon was pretty cool, yeah? Not bad.
Not bad at all.
And then the England goal also was nice because it was against England. That felt better.
For some, not for all of us. Congratulations,
Thank you.
Zlatan, for winning this year's President's Award. And Mr. President, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. President, for being here
Zlatan
today.
da
Thank you.
konuşmak İnşallah bir an önce Murat çekimine geçerler.
Zlatan, don't go away. You're staying with us. You're hanging around because you're going to help us conduct the draw. They did tell you, right?
Yeah, they told me.
Okay, great. So, phew. So to do that, we're going to team you up with another legend of the game, someone who I
Belli
think you
olmasına
know.
çok az kaldı.
Yeah, we're going to have a little bit of a dream team here on stage. He's a UEFA Champions League winner, a World Cup winner, a Ballon d'Or winner, and one of the greatest players of his generation.
Evet, Sakalleite, bir zamanların efsanesi. Ne futbolcuydu ama yani. Çok yetenekliydi ama kendi yeteneğini bitirdi bir yerden sonra yani. Farklı bir yerde ben bitirmesini bekliyorum Sakalleite'nin ama o çok farklı bir yerde sonlandırdı.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the former Real Madrid, AC Milan and Brazil midfielder, Kaká.
Kaká geliyor.
Lovely to see you.
Bem-vindo, Kaká. Welcome. Fantastic to have you here. Tactical switch. Okay. Obviously, you had an incredible career. Reshman alluded to some of the clubs and the country you played. You won this competition in 2007. Going back to that year, that season, what did that mean to you to lift this iconic trophy?
Well, good evening, everyone. So it's very nice to be here again in the Champions League. The team was here. It's always nice. And 2007 was a great year for me, for Milan. We had a great team, great coach, amazing supporters, and winning that trophy. It's one of the best moments of my career for sure. So if I had a chance to play two finals, different ones, 2005 and 2007. In Milan, we say that after Istanbul, it's always Athens. So it's a good way to say that that trophy is really amazing. It's one of the best moments in my career.
Yeah, we can imagine. And you mentioned AC Milan, which is interesting because both of you had two spells at AC Milan, but you never actually played together. I don't know how your paths didn't cross, and I'm sure a lot of Rossoneri fans would have loved to see this. But I wonder, how do you think this partnership between you two would have worked?
Yeah, unfortunately, we didn't play together. Always against each other. When he was in Juve, Inter, Barcelona, and PSG. No, but I don't think we played against each other in PSG.
No, we played against each other a friendly game, I think, in Gothenburg, friendly, and then other ones. But if we would play together, we would have the nice guy and the bad guy, yeah. You choose who is who.
Wow, get your votes in, everybody. I think that one will be very interesting. But you know what? We're going to team you up today because we are absolutely delighted that you are both working together in unison to help us with tonight's draw. So, without further ado, we are going to take, gentlemen, our positions behind the desk.
Ne soruyor? Git babaanneden isterdim. Babaanne orada sana koyar. Kızım tamam benim işim var şimdi gelemiyorum ama.
All right, so we are nearly ready to begin the draw for the 2025-26 UEFA Champions League, the 71st edition of this competition, and the second since the league phase was introduced, of course.
Absolutely, and to tell us more about this year's competition, as always, please welcome to the stage the UEFA Deputy General Secretary, Giorgio Marchetti.
Evet, yavaş yavaş topların başına geçiyorlar arkadaşlar inşallah. Tepkiler başlayacak.
Good evening, you all, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of UEFA, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all here in Monaco. Exactly 1 year ago, from this stage, we kicked off most revolutionary changes since the inception of the UEFA Champions League. We bid farewell to the old group stage and entered the new era of the world's greatest club competition with the brand new league phase format. Many were skeptical, but on the very first match day, it delivered on its promise, making every match count, raising competitiveness, delivering surprises, and giving fans more blockbuster clashes than ever before. Among other interesting things, we also had a record number of goals scored per match. Then we came to match day 8. 36 teams taking the field at the same time. 18 synchronized games with almost everything still in play. What ensued was a 90-minute roller coaster ride, making the fans experience almost every emotion, as 35 out of 36 teams changed their league position at least once, and some traded elimination with last-minute qualification or top 8 with playoff positions. Even the eventual champions, Paris Saint-Germain, had to face the nightmare of early elimination, and this tells us everything about
Umudumuz güzel bir kura çekelim ama dediğim gibi
geçen sene new stars, underdog stories await us on the road to Budapest, the venue of this year's final on May 30th.
Evet, kablo
We don't know, we will find out soon. But as usual, now the warmest welcome is for the newcomers to the UEFA Champions League. This year it's no less than 4. It's Union Saint-Gilloise, Kairat Almaty, Pafos and Bodo Glimt. 4 different cases, the same wonderful story. This is the place where everyone can play with a star. No dream is forbidden when only sporting merit counts. Enjoy this incredible adventure that awaits you and your supporters, and of course, the very best of luck for the season ahead to all 36 clubs. And now, before we begin, let's take a couple of minutes to review the technical procedure for the
Champions League. So let's kick off with a look at the teams in Pot 1.
Arkadaşlar maalesef canlı yayına bir uyarı geliyor. O yüzden yayın engellenebilir. Farklı bir yerden devam etmek zorunda kalabiliriz. Kura çekiminin alternatifini bulmaya çalışıyorum ben. Bakalım.
So, 9 teams who have won more than 500 trophies between them, would you believe? Among them, last season's winners, of course, Paris Saint-Germain, the most successful club in Champions League history, Real Madrid, and the 2023 winners, Manchester City.
Indeed. Now, if you're wondering how it's all going to work, up here on stage, we'll have Zlatan drawing the balls for the clubs in the first couple of pots, and then we'll have Kaká pressing the button, and that will reveal their opponents. So let's get going, gentlemen. Please begin the draw for the upcoming 2025-26 UEFA Champions League.
Thank you, Pedro. Everything is ready and the pressure is huge for all the fans because we are kicking off the season. But now it's not on me. I hope that this draw helps resolve our relationship, Zlatan, because I need your help now. It will help you. Thank you very much. Please shuffle the balls.
Pot 2, they will host Juventus and travel to Lisbon to take on Benfica. From pot 3, it's Olympique de Marseille and a trip to Greece to take on the Greek champions Olympiacos. And from pot 4, it's AS Monaco and it's a trip to Kazakhstan to take on the newcomers Kairat Almaty.
Yes, and another recent final with the Liverpool, so Liverpool-Real Madrid to be played again. Thank you very much, Zlatan. Please go and let's see who comes next.
Evet, sıradaki
Inter
takım
Milano.
Internazionale Milano finalists 3 months ago, and the best defense in the league phase of the first season. Only 1 goal conceded to their opponents by Inter. No opponents have been drawn for Inter, and Kaká play your derby with Inter now.
Uyarı için teşekkür ederim bu arada. Dediğim gibi ilk canlı yayınımız sayılır. Yayını kestim. Liverpool, Borussia Dortmund, Arsenal, Atletico Madrid, Slavia Prag, Ajax, Karyat ve Union Saint-Gillois'la oynayacak Inter. Inter'e de rakip olmadık. Kaldı 4 tane. Yayının sesini mi açayım arkadaşlar? Mi? Evet, Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund da iyi rakip olabilir.
7, they will need 3 matches to have played 200 matches in this competition. So it will happen on match day 3, of course. For Borussia Dortmund, we know that they will play Inter at home, and they will have another 7 opponents to face.
Yeah, so the 7 remaining teams for Borussia Dortmund, then Manchester City,
Evet,
a trip to the Etihad in pot 1 from pot 2. They host Villarreal and travel to Juventus from pot 3. It's newcomers and of course Europa League semi-finalists Bodo Glimt and the Europa League finalists as well, Tottenham Hotspur from champions, I should say, the Europa League champions, Tottenham Hotspur, from pot 3. And from pot 4, they will host Athletic Club and they'll travel to Denmark to take on Copenhagen.
Yes, and the less recent final here, Juventus, Borussia Dortmund, back to 1997. So, Zlatan, yes, please.
It doesn't look exciting, yeah? Answer. Liverpool.
Liverpool FC, so champions, English champions for the 20th time, equaling the record of Manchester United, and first place in the league phase of last season. For Liverpool, they have already been drawn against Real Madrid and Inter, and they don't know the
UEFA.com sitesinden yayınlanıyor arkadaşlar yani.
That's absolutely right, Giorgio. 6 opponents to find out now for Liverpool. It's Atletico de Madrid and Eintracht Frankfurt from pot 2.
Evet, ilk rakibimiz
PSV Eindhoven at home and Olympique Marseille away from pot 3. And in pot 4, Karabakh at Anfield and Galatasaray in Istanbul.
So this is it. This is the path for Liverpool. We have 3 teams left to conclude pot number 1. So
oldukça güçlü bir rakip oldu.
Let's see who comes next.
Barcelona.
This time it is FC Barcelona top scorers. Last year, 43 goals. Of course, no surprise because their front line is really atomic. Rafinha, Lewandowski, Yamal can score to anybody. Please, Kaká, press the button. 7 opponents to be revealed for Barcelona.
Yeah, another one of Zlatan's former clubs then. We know they're facing Chelsea from pot 1. They're also taking on another one of Zlatan's former clubs, PSG. From pot 2, Barcelona will host Eintracht Frankfurt and travel to Belgium to take on Club Brugge. From pot 3, it's Olympiacos and a trip to Slavia Praha. And from pot 4, Barcelona host Copenhagen Oh, and they travel to St James's Park to take on Newcastle.
Yes, this is it. We have only two, so take one of the two balls so that the computer can draw their opponents.
Paris Saint-Germain.
And now the title holders of Paris Saint-Germain, they won not just the Champions League, but the treble, so the two major trophies also in France. Only 9 clubs have done it in Europe, so big merit to this team. And Kaká, you have to reveal 6 of their opponents after Bayern and Barcelona.
The defending champions will also be playing Atalanta at home, Bayer Leverkusen away in pot 2, hosting Tottenham, and playing in Lisbon against Sporting in pot 3. And in pot 4, it's a home match with Newcastle United and a trip to face Athletic Club.
Yes. So that's all. We know everything also for Paris Saint-Germain. And Zlatan, if you pick the last ball, we all know who we're talking about.
Maalesef yayın kesildi.
Trips actually for the City fans from pot 2. They host Bayer Leverkusen and they travel to Villarreal from pot 3. It's Napoli and a trip to the Arctic Circle to take on Bodo Glimt, and from pot 4 Galatasaray and a visit here in the Principality to take on AS Monaco. So the first teams have been drawn. Some incredible fixtures to look forward to already.
İngiliz deviyle oynayacağız
Alongside Real Madrid taking on Manchester City again. Zlatan's former team Inter against Liverpool, and the holders Paris Saint-Germain against Bayern Munich. We have to remind you at this stage, of course, that the grid shows you all of the fixtures, but not necessarily the order. The full calendar will be released for you on Saturday, so make sure you keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, tune in for that. We're done with pot. Of course, before we go to pot 2, I had a quick question for Zlatan about PSG. Of course, you were there 4 seasons, won 4 league titles, and you've actually scored more goals in the Champions League for PSG, 20, than any other club. So how happy were you to see them lift the trophy for the first time ever last season?
I'm super happy. I have a good relationship with the president, Nasser. I was there from the first day. I'm super proud that I was the architect of the project, because for every project you need an architect, and I was the architect. It's not easy to play in PSG, because when I came, I ate schnitzel, now they eat caviar, so little different. No, I'm super happy and proud. They're doing an amazing job, and I think the whole world is enjoying, and they just have to keep going and be humble, feet on the ground, and work, just like they're doing.
Thanks for your insight. We are moving on to pot 2 now, where 9 more teams are about to find out their destiny in this season's league phase.
Artık Ederson'u bize satar mı? Bakın Kerem Aktürkoğlu olayına girmeyelim de. Evet, bu konuya katılıyorum yani. Bir saatte ancak kura çekimi, bayağı reklam, bu kadar para dönen bir yerde normal bence. Valla ya Ederson olacak ya da o olacak gibi gözüküyor zaten. Cumartesiye kadar açıklamayı planlıyor diye duydum Galatasaray.
Nine more outstanding teams in pot 2, including a couple of 2-time winners, Juventus and Benfica, 3-time finalists, Atletico de Madrid, and last season's semi-finalists, Arsenal. Gentlemen, and specifically Giorgio, back to you.
Yes, not back to me, but back again to Zlatan. You are absolutely great with the pot 1. Show us more greatness now. And here we go, first team of pot 2.
Bayer Leverkusen.
Yes, Bayer Leverkusen, who won all 4 home matches last year without conceding a single goal to their opponents. We are ready for Bayer Leverkusen. Just to remind everyone, Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester City are their pot 1 opponents. Please. Thank you.
Okay, these are the next teams that Bayer Leverkusen will be playing. From pot 2, they will host Villarreal and travel to Lisbon to take on Benfica. From pot 3, it's a home tie against PSV Eindhoven and a trip to take on the Greek champions Olympiacos. And from pot 4, Newcastle United at home and Copenhagen away.
Yes, so this is Bayer Leverkusen. Let's go with another one.
Euro gibi takımları seçersek artık olay kopar tamamen herhalde.
Arsenal FC semi-finalists last year. They had to concede a victory only to the eventual winners of Paris Saint-Germain. For Arsenal, we have drawn Bayern and Inter, and we are now ready to find out which are the 6 teams.
And we are finding that out right now, Giorgio. It's Atletico de Madrid and Club Brugge in pot 2, home match with Olympiacos, and a trip to Slavia Praha in pot 3. And in pot 4, they'll be hosting the newcomers Kairat Almaty and taking on Athletic Club on the road.
Yes, this is all for Arsenal. So after Arsenal, who comes?
Atalanta
Bergamasca Calcio, one of the big surprises of the last few seasons. They are established Champions League team now, and the most recent winners of a UEFA title for Italy. They did it in 24 with the Europa League. So 6 opponents for Atalanta after Chelsea and Paris Saint-Germain.
Thank you, Kaka, for pressing the button. Let's take a look at their final 6 opponents then. From pot 2, it's Club Brugge and a trip to Eintracht Frankfurt. From pot 3, they will host Slavia Praha and travel to Olympique de Marseille. And from pot 4, it's Athletic Club and a trip to Belgium to take on the newcomers Union Saint-Gilloise.
Yes, so Brugge challenging Atalanta again. They eliminated Atalanta last year, and now they will have to go to Bergamo. Let's see. Please, Zlatan, next team drawn.
Benfica.
This time we go to Portugal, to Benfica. 45 participations in the Champions League, the second most
Benfica bize gelse ne dersiniz
in Europe.
arkadaşlar?
For Benfica, we're ready. They know they will play Real Madrid, Chelsea, and Leverkusen. And you tell us which are the 15s.
The Portuguese Giants, who of course qualified this week, they'll also be facing Juventus away, hosting Napoli and Ajax in pot 3. And in pot 4, it's a match at home in Lisbon against Karabakh and a trip to St. James's Park to take on Newcastle United.
Exactly. So this is all for Atalanta. We have now another team that we want to see. They're all ready.
Club Brugge.
Bruges, it's the cup winners in Belgium and the only Belgian club which has made it to the final of this competition in '78. They will face, they know already the 4 teams of pot 1 and 2, Barcelona, Bayern, Arsenal, Atalanta.
Valla Kulüp Brugge 6 tane Rangers'a çok tehlikeli takım bu
the final
sezon.
4 for Club Brugge then
Bu da gelmedi.
are Olympique de Marseille and a trip to Lisbon to take on Sporting de Portugal. And from pot 4, they host AS Monaco, and they are away in Kazakhstan to take on Kairat Almaty.
Yes, this was Bruges. Please, Zlatan, draw another ball.
Arkadaşlar bu arada kanala abone olarak destek verirseniz çok
Eintracht
sevinirim.
Frankfurt.
Eintracht Frankfurt, the first German club to reach a UEFA club final in 1960 in front of an amazing crowd of 127,000 people. So, Kaka, please tell us which are the 5 teams after Liverpool, Barcelona, and Atalanta.
They are, Giorgio, Atletico de Madrid from pot 2, Tottenham and Napoli
Evet,
from pot
Frankfurt
3. And in
deplasmanına
the final
gidiyoruz.
pot, it's Galatasaray at home and Karabakh away.
Yes, that's all also for Eintracht. Yes, we have now 3 left to conclude pot number 2.
Juventus.
Juventus, the Italian team with the most matches played in this Champions League, 311. So they will play Dortmund, Madrid, Real Madrid, and Benfica, and we now reveal the other 5 opponents.
Yeah, completing the picture then for the 2-time winners. From pot 2, it's Villarreal. From pot 3, it's Sporting and a trip to Bodo Glimt. And from pot 4, they will host the newcomers Paphos, and they will be here to take on AS Monaco.
So 2 newcomers also for Juventus here. We see with Bodo Glimt and Paphos. Yes, Zlatan, please. You draw another ball. 2 Spanish teams.
Atletico Madrid.
And we go with Atletico de Madrid, the winners of 7 European titles in total
İspanyol
between
kaldı. Bakalım
UEFA
hangisini
Cup,
düşüyoruz.
Super Cup, and Cup Winners' Cup. So Atleti, they will face Inter, Liverpool, Frankfurt, and Arsenal, +4.
The final 4 for Atleti. Bodo Glimt at home, PSV Eindhoven away. That's in pot 3. And in pot 4,
Evet,
they'll be
Atletico
hosting
Madrid,
Union Saint-Gilloise,
City,
and they'll be
Liverpool,
traveling to Turkey to take on
Frankfurt. İlk 4
Galatasaray.
takım için ne
Correct.
düşünüyorsunuz?
Only one team, Zlatan, and pot 2 is done.
Villarreal.
Yes, what we were waiting for is the yellow submarine
arkadaşlar,
of
ilk 4
Villarreal,
rakibimiz
winners of the
Liverpool,
Europa League in 21,
Frankfurt,
and
Atletico
who
Madrid.
comes after Man City, Dortmund, Juventus, and Leverkusen for them. Let's press the button.
Okay, so the final 4 for Villarreal then. They host Ajax and they travel to Tottenham Hotspur. And from pot 4, it's
Arkadaşlar yayını
Copenhagen
beğenirseniz de
at home
sevinirim.
and
Abone
a
olmayı da
trip
unutmayın
to
lütfen.
Paphos.
Yeah, so we're halfway through. 18 of the 36 clubs know who they're facing. There's a lot to look forward to after these first 2 pots, of course, including Club Brugge against Arsenal, for example, Juventus taking on Benfica, Atleti playing Frankfurt, just to name a few.
Yeah, just to name a few indeed. Kaka, we were speaking before, weren't we, about your incredible memories of winning that 2007 Champions League final. Actually, before the draw earlier today, Pedro and I were taking a look at an image of that starting lineup, and we were just thinking, wow, it is just superstar after superstar after superstar, including your good self, of course. What was it like to play in that team with such a group of talent?
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing to be part of that team with these players that you just mentioned. I've been blessed to have this kind of teammates in my career, in Milan, in Madrid, the national team. So
Biz basit takımlara karşı kaybettik.
it's a lot of lessons. Every training, it's a lesson. So had a Maldini as a captain, has a Cafu, Pirlo, Gattuso, Shevchenko, Inzaghi, all these players every day. It was really good, amazing.
You teach each other.
Yeah,
It's brilliant to see. Look, we're going to move on to pot 3 now. 9 more teams then will be discovering their fate, including a 4-time winner of this competition and last season's Europa League champions.
Arkadaşlar kağıt üzerinde zor takımlar evet ama Galatasaray büyük takımlara karşı daha iyi top oynuyor gerçeğini söylemek gerekirse. Arkadaşlar 700 kişiyiz şu anda. Kanala abone olup videoları beğenirseniz çok sevinirim. Beğeni artışı yaparsak 27 tane beğeni var sadece. Yayını ön plana çıkarmış oluruz biraz daha.
Nine more teams then from 8 different countries, including some real giants, previous winners, Ajax and PSV Eindhoven, established European teams, of course, like Tottenham and Napoli, and also some sides looking to make their mark in this competition, Slavia Praha and Bodo Glimt.
Indeed, and you may have noticed that we've had a formation shift here on stage. We're now going to have Kaká attacking on Giorgio's right, drawing the balls, and on the left of Giorgio, it's Zlatan pressing the button. So, Giorgio, over to you for the second half.
Of course, champions can play everywhere on the field. When there is class, there is everything. So now, Kaká, you have to be at the same, up to the job of Zlatan. Please shuffle the balls. And you draw the first team of pot number 3.
Olympique de Marseille.
Olympique de Marseille is the first team drawn and the first French club to have won the trophy in 1993, or the trophy, of course, from the inception of the UEFA Champions League. That's clear. They know already that they play Liverpool, Real Madrid, Atalanta, Club Brugge, and Zlatan, now please reveal with the button, yes, the other 4 opponents.
Yeah, the final 4 then for Olympique de Marseille from pot 3. It's a home tie against Ajax, and they travel to take on Sporting. And from pot 4, they're at home to Newcastle United, and they're in Belgium to take on Union Saint-Gilloise.
Yeah, so this means that we're ready for another team. Tottenham Hotspur. So the Spurs, winners of the UEFA Europa League this year, ending a wait which lasted more than 40 years for European silverware. So Tottenham have been drawn against Borussia Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain, Villarreal, and Frankfurt, and
Arkadaşlar. Tottenham'ın gelme şansı yok sanırım.
which other 4 teams.
Completing the lineup, Slavia Praha at home, Bodo Glimt away. So rematch of that semi-final in the Europa League last season. It's a home match with Copenhagen and an away fixture right here in the Principality to take on Monaco.
Yes, this is it. Kaká, please draw the next team.
Arkadaşlar an itibariyle 1350 kişiye yaklaştık. Ama bu beğeni sayımız sadece 57. Biraz daha beğeni yaparsanız çok sevinirim.
Bodo Glimt, one of our newcomers, first Norwegian team in the Champions League after Rosenborg in 2007 and 8. And for Bodo Glimt, what do we know? We know 5 of their opponents, and we need to reveal another 3.
We have,
Evet
of course,
arkadaşlar, Bodo
Slavia
Glimt
Praha
deplasmanına gidiyoruz. Kim
from
söylemişti
pot
o Bodo'yu
3,
deplasmanına
as well as
gidelim
Tottenham,
diye?
and in pot 4, it's a home match
Bodo Glimt
with
sahasında
Monaco
çok iyi oynayan bir
and
takım
a
ve
trip
bana göre en
to
tehlikeli
Istanbul to
takımlardan
take
biri.
on Galatasaray.
Yes, this is also the lineup for Bodo Glimt. We can proceed.
Bugün elimize attığımız kuruyor
We have
gibi bir
another
şans
6
şeyimiz var.
teams
Hani
waiting in
çektiğimiz
pot
takımlar
number
maşallah
3.
hepsi sağlam takımlar ve
Most
çok
of
çetin
their
maçlar
opponents are
olacak
known,
galiba
but
bu sene.
we must know everything.
Sporting.
Sporting Club de Portugal, back-to-back champions in Portugal. First time it happens since the 50s. Congratulations to Sporting, of course. And you can press the button and give them, reveal 3 other opponents for them.
Yeah, 3 more opponents then for Sporting from
Evet,
pot
doğru,
3.
pardon.
They're facing Olympique de
Bize
Marseille and
geliyor,
of course
pardon. Bodo deplasmanına
Napoli
gidiyoruz. Kendi sahamıza
away.
geliyor
And from
Bodo.
pot
Doğru
4,
söylüyorsun. Ben
it's
kaçırdım
Kairat
orayı.
Almaty at home and a trip to the Basque Country to take on Athletic Club.
Yes, let's go ahead, move on with the next draw. After Sporting,
Bodo bizim sahamızda, doğru.
Olympiacos.
we go to Greece with the Greek champions and cup winners of Olympiacos, the only club from Greece who have won a major UEFA trophy, Conference League in 2024. Yes, please, 4 opponents to be revealed.
Yeah, and that quartet is PSV Eindhoven at home and Ajax away, so 2 Dutch opponents for the
Allah
Greek
aşkına
champions
Olympiakos'un
in pot 3.
rakiplerine
And in
bak.
pot 4, it's a
Pavos
home
ve
tie
Kairat.
with Paphos
Şansına
from
bak.
Cyprus, debutants, and an away match at Kairat Almaty in Kazakhstan.
So a derby between Greek speakers with Paphos. Very good. Let's go. You tell us the name of the next team.
Ajax.
This time is Ajax, the most successful Dutch side in this competition. 4 wins for Ajax, 3 in the 70s.
Üçüncü
with the
pottan kim
team of the
gelirse şimdi
great
deplasmana
Johan
gireceğiz
Cruyff. Let's
arkadaşlar.
go.
Bakalım kim geliyor.
Zlatan, 2 opponents are not known for Ajax.
Evet,
Yeah,
Ajax
much known for
deplasmanına
Ajax
bir kez
already.
daha gidiyoruz.
Completing
Geçen
the
sene çok kötü
final
bir
legs of
tecrübe
their adventure
yaşamıştık.
then is
İnşallah bu sene
Galatasaray
intikamını
at
alırız. Ne
home
diyelim.
from pot 4 and a trip to Azerbaijan to take on Karabag.
Yeah, that's all also for Ajax. We can proceed. You can draw the next team.
Arkadaşlar 2100 kişiyi geçtik. 107 tane beğenimiz var sadece.
Slavia
Abone olup
Praga.
beğenirseniz
This
çok
time it's
sevinirim.
SK Slavia Praga, champions of Czechia. They won all their 18 matches at home last season to win the title. And for Slavia Praga, we need to reveal 2 teams.
Sadece şu son 2 pot kaldı.
We do indeed.
Şu anda
And they
Liverpool,
are Athletic Club
City,
at home
Atletico
and Pafos
Atletico
away,
Madrid,
completing
Frankfurt,
the picture
Bodo
for
ve Ajax.
Slavia Praha in next season's.
PSV.
PSV Eindhoven, winners of the title in the Netherlands last year with a fantastic final rush in the last month. And for Eindhoven, what we know is 5 opponents. And
Arkadaşlar birbirinize
Zlatan, we
hakaret
know the other 3
içerici
now.
içeren yazılar yazmazsanız sevinirim.
Okay,
Onların
thank you.
hepsini
From
siliyorum,
pot 3
bilginiz
then, the
olsun.
1988 winners. We know about Olympiacos already, so Napoli is the other team that they'll be facing at home. And from pot 4, it's Union Saint-Gilloise and a trip to St James's Park to take on Newcastle.
Yes, so only one to complete pot 3. Kaka, we know.
Arkadaşlar
We are
yayın
talking
aktif şu
about-
anda. Herhangi bir donma yok yayında.
Napoli.
It is, of course, the team with the Scudetto on the shirt. It's Napoli, winners of the Serie A twice in the last 3 seasons. They have been allocated 6 opponents. They need to know the 2 from pot 4.
Yeah, so from this spot, we already knew about Sporting and PSV. Completing the picture, Karabag at home and a trip to Denmark to take on FC Copenhagen.
So many quality fixtures already, Pedro, Giorgio, Zlatan and Kaká. We can't wait for all of them already. A few to pick out from here. Marseille against Ajax, Bodo Glimt against Tottenham, the rematch,
Evet,
as
artık
you
bizim
said,
pota
and
geliyoruz.
Napoli
Bakalım son
against
iki
Sporting.
rakibimiz
It is all
kimler
looking
olacak?
very exciting already.
But
Arkadaşlar,
we're not
abone
done
olup
yet.
beğenmeyi
On to our
unutmayın
final
lütfen.
pot, and
150
this one
tane
includes
beğeniniz var.
3
2500
Champions League
izliyor neredeyse
debutants,
yaklaşık
as well
yayını.
as teams from
Biraz daha
Spain,
destek
Turkey,
verirseniz
and
sevinirim.
England.
Lütfen kendinize de aralarınızda da küfürlü konuşmayın. Onları da siliyorum, bilginiz olsun. Vallahi biz bu kuraya göre son şeyden de Newcastle United falan çekeriz, Allah bilir artık. Yani gidişat o şekilde.
Champions League first-timers Union Saint-Gilloise, Pafos and Kairat Almaty are all waiting to complete their picture for this year's competition, as are the other teams, of course. So let's not keep them waiting any longer. Let's
Yok,
reveal
onun
the
farkındayım.
final
Böyle bir
fixtures
durum
for
olsa
this
kesin
season's
çekerdik
league
anlamında
phase. One
söylüyorum.
last time, over to you, gentlemen.
Yes, one last time. Not many matches to be revealed, but pot 4 versus pot 4, basically. Kaka, you can shuffle and draw the first team of pot 4.
Athletic Club.
So it's Athletic Club it's Bilbao, one of the 3 Spanish clubs, always in the top division in Spain. And for Athletic Club, let's go, press the button, and let's see which 2 teams from pot 4.
Yeah, a club with such a rich history, such a great stadium as well, and completing the picture for them in pot 4. It's a home game against Karabag, and they are facing Newcastle United away.
Yes, let's go. After Athletic.
Arkadaşlar başta da dediğim gibi ben kura şansına inanmıyorum. Geçen sene güzel kura çektik. Maalesef son maçlarda sıçtık. Bu sene böyle olsun. Kura en azından sağlam takımlarla sağlam
Karabağ.
Karabağ FK from Azerbaijan, the champions of Azerbaijan, the only club from Azerbaijan which has reached the group stage or league phase of this competition. They know 7 of their opponents and we need to press the button for the last one.
Yeah, final piece of the puzzle is Copenhagen, a match at home for Karabağ from Azerbaijan. We already knew about Athletic Club from this spot.
Of course. Let's go ahead and move on.
Monaco.
AS Monaco. So our hosts here for this draw as Monaco, they know 6 opponents and they need again to know the 2 from pot 4.
Yeah, thank you, Zlatan. 2 remaining then for AS Monaco from pot 4.
Evet, Monaco deplasmanına gidiyoruz arkadaşlar. 7. rakibimiz Monaco oldu. Fransa deplasmanı Singo'yu aldık. Ellerinden inşallah güç
Everything also for AS Monaco. We go ahead.
Galatasaray.
Evet, son rakibimiz de belli oluyor. Kendimizi çekelim bakalım kim gelecek son rakip olarak.
To celebrate 120 years of existence this year, so congratulations to Galatasaray. Ready to learn the last opponent for Galatasaray.
Yeah, from this spot they already knew they were playing against Monaco. They're now also hosting Union Saint-Gilloise.
Liverpool, Manchester.
That's it for Galatasaray. 5 to go.
Bodo Glimt, Monaco, say bitmiyor maşallah. Bakalım bizi neler bekliyor arkadaşlar. Bir görelim yine eşleşmelerimizi.
Newcastle.
Evet.
Newcastle
Liverpool,
United from St. James Park and let's see English Cup winners last
Manchester
season.
City, Ajax,
And
Monaco ve
what
Frankfurt
we have
deplasmanlarına
Newcastle,
gidiyoruz. Yani
only
İngiltere,
one
Almanya,
opponent.
Fransa ve
Quite a
Hollanda
journey for
deplasmanı
Newcastle
var.
fans. They are already facing some
Allah'tan
former
hayırlısı
champions,
diyelim.
aren't they? And the
Bakalım bize
final
neler getirecek
picture
bu kura.
for them is from
İnşallah
pot 4. They were hosting Athletic
çok
Club,
iyi maçlar
and the
çıkar.
final fixture is
Keyifli
Union
maçlar olur.
Saint-Gilloise.
Exactly. Let's
İlk
go.
24'e ben
Next
girebileceğimizi
team.
düşünüyorum açıkçası. Çünkü biz
The
büyük
puzzle
takımlara karşı daha iyi
almost
oynuyoruz.
complete.
Açık söylemek gerekiyorsa.
Very few matches to be revealed.
Union Saint-Gilloise.
And we go with Union Saint-Gilloise newcomers. No draw needed for Union Saint-Gilloise because all their 8 opponents.
Yes, of course, including from pot 4 Newcastle and Galatasaray, like we've just seen. They're facing a couple of former champions in Inter and Bayern as well, and Olympique Marseille and PSV. So a lot of former champions that the Belgian side is taking on.
Exactly. So let's draw another team because we have 4 matches which are not known
Arkadaşlar
yet.
Türk hakemleri olmayan yerde gördük diyorsun da Fenerbahçe ile aramızda bir tane galibiyet fark var. Niye kendinizi bu kadar gözünüzde büyütüyorsunuz ki?
Paphos FC.
So here we go with the newcomers of Paphos FC from Cyprus. From Paphos, we have to draw this time. Yes, press the button for one final opponent.
Yeah, Paphos fans will really be enjoying their league phase campaign.
Evet arkadaşlar,
won't they?
Galatasaray'ın
And
tüm
completing the
rakipleri belli
picture for
oldu.
them, as
O
well
yüzden
as
yavaş
hosting
yavaş yayını
Monaco.
kapatacağım.
They
Siz ne
will be away to
düşünüyorsunuz?
fellow
Onu bir konuşalım
newcomers
yine.
in Kazakhstan.
Gördüğünüz
Karat
gibi
Almaty.
tekrarlayan Liverpool,
Let's
City, Atletico Madrid,
Please,
Frankfurt, Bodo
one of
Glimt,
the last
Ajax,
two balls.
Union Saint-Gilloise ve Monaco ile karşılaşacağız. Karabağ'ın rakipleri de Chelsea, Liverpool, Frankfurt, Benfica, Ajax,
Copenhagen.
Napoli,
It is
Kopenhagen.
FC Copenhagen, winners of the
Atletico
league and the cup in
Atletico
Denmark
yani.
last year. We have to press the
Karabağ'a da
button
başarılar
for the
dileyelim.
last.
Karabağ da zor bir kura
pairing,
çekmiş sayılır. Bize göre daha kolay bir kura aslına
As
bakarsan
well
da.
as Karabağ, they'll also be facing Karat
Evet
Almaty from
arkadaşlar,
pot
siz de
4.
düşüncelerinizi
Great path
yazarsınız
for the
kanala.
Danes as well,
Abone
who
olup beğenmeyi
qualified this
unutmayın.
week. A lot to look forward to.
Bir sonraki
so
canlı
let's see
yayında görüşürüz.
the
Şimdilik ben
content of the
canlı
last
yayını
ball.
sonlandırıyorum. Rakiplerimiz belli oldu.
Pretty
Bu
obvious.
rakiplerle ilgili bir video daha çekeceğiz zaten. Bundan sonra inşallah en
Kairat Almaty.
canlı
Of
yayınlarda
course,
görüşürüz.
Kairat
Kendinize iyi
Almaty
bakın.
taking
İnşallah
Kazakhstan
Galatasaray
into the UEFA
en
Champions
azından
League.
2024'e
Their
girer diye
opponents are of course
düşünüyorum.
known as this is the
Yani
last
güçlü
team.
rakiplerle
So,
daha iyi
And they
oynadığımızı
came
da
through in
düşünüyorum.
such incredible fashion, didn't
Bakalım
they?
bizi
What a
neler bekliyor,
great pleasure
göreceğiz.
to have them in this competition. They faced former champions Real Madrid
Artık başarılar
and Inter.
dileyelim
I mean, that's going
Galatasaray
to be
ve
incredible
Karabağ.
for their
Bu dakikadan
fans. So
sonra
their journey begins, as does
İnşallah Eylül'ün
everyone
17'sinden
else's.
itibaren
Yeah, guess what? We're
Şampiyonlar Ligi
done.
maçları da
We've
başlıyor,
done
heyecan
it. So
başlıyor.
the draw for
Bu
the league
akşamki
phase of the UEFA Champions League
temsilcilerimize
is
de
now
başarılar
complete.
diliyoruz.
And those final
Beşiktaş'a,
fixtures,
Samsun'a
like
ve
Rashmin mentioned earlier,
Başakşehir'e
the computer is
inşallah
now
onlar da
working
geçerler.
on them and they will be revealed
Konferans ligine
on
kalırlar
Saturday
ve
from
5
this spot.
Temmuz'da
We've got
devam
some
eder.
matches to highlight
Bakalım onların
maybe.
da kuralları
Nursulci
yarın
was
olacak
against
herhalde.
Newcastle,
Bakalım
Pafos
inşallah onlar
against
da iyi
Monaco
kural çıkar.
and Copenhagen
Kendinize iyi
against
bakın,
Karabakh.
hoşça kalın.
Yeah, I don't know
Kanala
about
abone
you,
olup
but I
beğenmeyi
can't
unutmayın
wait to
arkadaşlar.
get started. It's my
Şimdilik
favorite time of
görüşmek
the
üzere.
year because this is
sure.
where we know
Fikstür
where we
çekiminde
might be, what we
konusuna
will be
kontrol edeceğiz.
watching, and so much to look forward to. Gentlemen, have you enjoyed your time doing the draw? It's been great to have you here. As Pedro rightly